welcome back. Welcome to my exam coaching classes. First of all, thank you very much for watching my videos and thank you very much for your support. So today also I have brought some very important questions for you selected from previous year's question papers. So let us solve those questions and let us prepare for our upcoming board exam. Okay. What's the first question? The first question says, the following table gives weekly wages of workers in a certain organization. The frequency of class 49 to 52 is missing. It is known that the mean of the frequency distribution is 47.2. Find the missing frequency. So let us solve this question. So before that, you can note the question. The following table gives the weekly wages of workers in a certain organization. Frequency of class 49 to 52 is missing. It is known that the mean frequency is 47.2. Find the missing frequency. So in this question is selected from CBSE 2014 paper students. Here we need to find out the missing frequency. So these type of questions are very, very common in your exam. A table is given to you and one frequency or sometimes even two frequencies are missing and you need to find out the missing frequency. So how to find the missing frequency, how to do these type of questions? Very, very important question from the chapter statistics. So let us solve this like this. So class is given to you 40 to 43, 43 to 46, 46 to 49, 49 to 52 and 52 to 55. And values, so here 49 to 52, the frequency is missing, frequency F. This F is what we need to find out. So mid values as given 41.5, 44.5, 47.5, 50.5, 53.5. We know how to find out the mid values. 40 and 43. 40 to 43 is the class interval. So 40 plus 43 divided by 2, we will get mid value 41.5. Similarly, lower value plus upper value divided by 2. So 43 plus 46 divided by 2, we will get 45.5. 46 plus 49 by 2, we got 47.5. 49 plus 52 by 2, we got 50.5. 52 plus 55 divided by 2, we got 53.5. So we know how to find out the mid values, the lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. So frequencies are given, first class 31, then 58, 60, then missing frequency is F and 27. So when you add all this frequency, we will get N, that is sigma Fi. Sigma Fi will be equal to 31 plus 58 plus 60 plus 27 plus F. So we got 176 plus F. Then we have the mean value is given 47.5. So what we will find out the deviation. To find out the deviation, we have di equal to xi minus 47.5. We want to find out the deviation of this value from all these mid values. So to find out that, we have the formula di is equal to xi minus mean deviation, assumed mean deviation 47.5. So when you do that, we will get all values like this. 41.5 minus 47.5. So we got minus 6. 44.5 minus 47.5. We got minus 3. Then 47.5 minus 47.5. We got 0. 50.5 minus 47.5. We got 3. And 53.5 minus 47.5. We got 6. So this way we can calculate the deviation of mean value from the mid values. Now the next table is UI. UI is di by h. What is di? Di is this column what we have calculated and h is the class interval. So here what is the class interval? 40 to 43. We have 3 is the class interval. 43 to 46, 46 to 49, 49 to 52. All class intervals are 3. So upper limit minus lower limit. 43 minus 40, we got 3. So class interval is h. H is equal to 3. So UI is given by UI is equal to di by h. So this column we have to divide by 3. So minus 6 divided by 3, we got minus 2. Minus 3 divided by 3, we got minus 1. 0 divided by 3, we got 0. And 3 divided by 3, we got 1. and 6 divided by 3, we got 2. Now the next column is FIUI. All these values we have to multiply with the FI. So this 31 multiplied by minus 2. So 31 into minus 2, we got to minus 62. Similarly, minus 1 and 58, minus 58. 0 multiplied by 60, we got 0. And 1 multiplied by F, we got F. And this F frequency is what we need to find out. And 2 multiplied by 27, we got 54. So total of this column, sigma FIUI, we got F minus 66. Here we have minus 62 and minus 58. Here we have 54. So minus 58 and plus 54, we got minus 4. Minus 4 and minus 62, we got minus 66. And here one F minus 66 is the total. So now we have to go to the next slide. So you can note it, and then we'll go to the next slide, students. Okay, so now we have what we have. Mean value x bar is equal to 47.2. It is given in the question. So 47.2, and assumed value 47.5 we have taken. Class interval h is equal to 3. So putting in the formula, x bar equal to a plus h into sigma fi ui divided by n, we got 47.2 is equal to assumed value 47.5 plus h, class interval 3, into sigma fi ui, we got f minus 66 in the previous slide, divided by total n, total frequency 176 plus f. So this line, when you calculate, when you simplify, when you solve, we will get 47.2, and I am taking this 47.5 to left hand side. I got 47.2 minus 47.5. I'll get minus 0.3. Here, when you solve 3 into f minus 66 by 177 plus f. So here minus 0.3, and this 3 we can cut, we'll get minus 1 by 10. When you cut this minus 3, when you cut this minus 0.3 and 3, we can take it as minus 1, minus 0.1. Minus 0.1 can be taken as minus 1 by 10. Minus 1 by 10 is equal to f minus 66 by 176 plus f. When you cross multiply, we will get minus 176 minus f is equal to 10f minus 660. Solving this, we will get 11f is equal to 484. So f is equal to 44. So the missing frequency f is equal to 44. One of the very important questions, student. You can note it, and then we will go to the next question. Okay, so let us go to the next question. So the next question is here. On dividing x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2 by a polynomial gx, the quotient and the remainder were x minus 2 and 4 minus 2x respectively. Find gx. So this question is selected from CBSE 2017 paper, and this question is from your chapter number 2, polynomials. On dividing x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2 by a polynomial gx, that is what we need to find out. The quotient and the remainder are x minus 2 and 4 minus 2x respectively. Find gx. So we have the division algorithm. What is the division algorithm? The division algorithm says px is equal to gx into qx plus rx. Very, very important in polynomial division algorithm. Px is divided by gx, and we get the quotient qx and the remainder rx. So we can put the division algorithm as px is equal to gx into qx plus rx. Very important. Here px is given to you, qx is what we need to, qx is also given, and rx is also given. Gx is what we need to find out. So px is given and qx is given and rx is given. We need to find out what is gx. So what is the method? First we have to subtract rx from px, then the resultant we will divide by qx to get gx. So gx is equal to px minus rx divided by qx. When I take this rx to left hand side, it becomes px minus rx. So Px minus Rx divided by Qx, we get Gx. So Gx is equal to Px is given x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2 minus Rx is given minus 2x plus 4 divided by Qx is given x minus 2. When we solve this line, we get x cube minus 3x square plus 3x minus 2 divided by x minus 2. On dividing this polynomial by x minus 2, we will get gx is equal to x square minus x plus 1. So this is the answer, and this will give you 3-mark question. Kindly note it. So the next question, if cosec A is equal to 2, find the value of 1 by tan A plus sin A by 1 plus cos A. Again, 2014 question paper, cosec A is equal to 2 is given. We need to find out the value of 1 by tan A plus sin A by 1 plus cos A. So let us solve this question, students. What is given? We have cosec A is given to you. So cosec A is 2. But we know sin A is equal to 1 by cosec A. So cosec A is 2 means sin A is equal to 1 by 2. If sin A is equal to 1 by 2, then we can say cos A is equal to root 3 by 2. Then tan A is equal to sin A by cos A, 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2, 1 by root 3. So here we can do like this. What is given? We have, suppose this is theta, sin A is equal to 1 by 2. Sin A is 1 by 2 means the opposite side is 1, the hypotenuse is 2. So we know the base will be always root 3. So from here, from this triangle, you can find out what is cos A. Cos A is equal to adjacent side by hypo, that is root 3 by 2. We got the value of cos A, we got the value of sin A, and if you know the value of sin A and we know the value of cos A, we can find out the value of tan A also. Tan A is equal to sin A by cos A. So 1 by root 2 divided by root 3 by 2, we got 1 by root 3. So we got the value of sin A, cos A and tan A. What we need to find out? We need to find out 1 by tan A plus sin A by 1 plus cos A. So 1 by tan A, 1 by tan A value we already got 1 by root 3 plus sin A we got 1 by 2 and 1 plus cos A, 1 plus cos A we got root 3 by 2. So we have to substitute the values and we got this line. Now when you simplify it, what we will get? So we will get root 3 plus, so 1 by root 3, the root 3 will go to the top, root 3 plus half divided by 2 plus root 3 by 2. Here we are taking the LCM. So when you simplify it, we will get the final value is equal to 2. So you can note it. This is one of the very important question. So we are continuing with the previous year's paper solutions. So if you are watching this channel first time, I kindly request you to subscribe and please don't forget to press the bell button so that whenever we upload new videos, the notification will definitely come to you. As a part of board exam preparations, we are uploading 3 videos. I mean, based on previous year's question paper solutions in a week. Okay, so 3 videos in a week. So kindly subscribe and the notification will definitely come to you. We will be solving the previous year question papers. Kindly note it. Then we will go to the next question. So the next question is one of the very important 5-mark question selected from chapter number 3, upstream and downstream. So again, this is also selected from 2014 paper. A boat covers 32 kilometer upstream and 36 kilometer downstream in 7 hours. Also, it covers 40 kilometer upstream and 48 kilometers downstream in 9 hours. Find the speed of the boat in still water and that of the stream. Very important question. Very important question. You can note the question, students. Then we will solve it. A boat covers 32 km upstream and 36 km downstream in 7 hours. Also, it covers 40 km upstream and 48 kilometers downstream in 9 hours. We need to find out the speed of the boat in still water and that of the stream. So all this type of question, all this type of upstream and downstream question, students, we have to start with the x and y. We need to find out a pair of linear equations in two variables. So we will be taking two variables x and y. So let us solve the question like this. So here, let the speed of the boat in still water be x, and the speed of the stream, the speed of the water current, be y. So then we have the formula from the given equation. The boat covers 32 km upstream and 36 km downstream in 7 hours. So upstream means the speed will be less and downstream means the speed will be more. That means when the boat is in upstream, the speed of the boat is restricted by the flow of current. So we have in the upstream, we will take x minus y. And when the boat is in downstream, the boat will be going in the direction of the water flow. The speed increases. So in downstream, we have to take the speed equal to x plus y. Very, very important point. Kindly note it. When the speed of the boat is taken upstream, we will take it as x minus y, and when the speed of the boat is taken in downstream, we will take it as x plus y. So we know time is equal to what? Time is equal to distance by speed. So we have 32 kilometers is the distance and x minus y is the speed. So distance by speed, we got time. So according to the question, a boat covers 32 km upstream and 36 kilometer downstream in 7 hours. So upstream 32 kilometers in x minus y speed and downstream 36 kilometer in x plus y speed. The total time taken is 7 hours. So we got the first equation. Similarly, also it covers 40 kilometer in upstream and 48 kilometers in downstream in 9 hours. So from that we can form 40 by x minus y plus 48 by x plus y is equal to 9. That is the second equation. So we have formed two equation, a pair of linear equation in two variable x and y. So now we need to solve this first equation and second equation to find the value of x and y so that we get the required answer. So to solve, first we will put 1 by x minus y is equal to u and 1 by x plus y is equal to v. So the equation 1 can be written as 32 into 1 by x minus y. In place of 1 by x minus y, we put u. So 32u plus 36v is equal to 7. And so this equation again we can rewrite as 32u plus 36v minus 7. This 7 I am taking to the left hand side, minus 7 equal to 0. So this equation. Similarly, second equation we can write as 40u plus 48v equal to 9. So if I take this 9 to the left hand side, I get 40u plus 48v minus 9 is equal to 0. So we have the two equations. Solving these two equations, we get u is equal to 1 by 8 and v is equal to 1 by 12. You can solve these two equations in any one of the method. You can use substitution method, you can use cross multiplication method, you can use elimination method. Here I have used a cross multiplication method, but cross multiplication method is deleted from your uh, syllabus for this year. So you can use any method, cross multiplication or elimination or substitution, any method you can use for solving this equation. So you will get the value of u and v. U is equal to 1 by 8 and v equal to 1 by 12. You can kindly note it. Once you get the value of u and v, we will put it here. 1 by x minus y is equal to u and 1 by x minus x plus y is equal to v. We got the value of u and v. Substitute here so that we can find out the value of x and y. So kindly note it, then we'll go to the next slide. So now we got what? We got u is equal to 1 by 8 and 1 by 8 u we have taken 1 by xy. So u equal to 1 by 8 means in place of u we will substitute 1 by x minus y. So 1 by x minus y is equal to 1 by 8. So cross multiplication we get x minus y is equal to 8. Similarly, we got V is equal to 1 by 12. Here it is V. V is equal to 1 by 12. So V is equal to 1 by 12. That means 1 by x plus y is equal to 1 by 12. Again, cross multiplication, we get what? X plus y is equal to 12. So we have two more equations. X minus y is equal to 8. X plus y is equal to 12. Just to add these two equations, we get 2x is equal to 20. So we got x is equal to 10. So we have the value x is equal to 10 and substitute the value of x in any one of the equation. We got y is equal to 2. So x and y, that is what we need to find out. Initially, we have taken x as the speed of the boat in still water. So that value we got x is equal to 10. The speed of the boat in still water is 10 kilometer per hour. And y we have taken initially the speed of the water current, the speed of the stream. So here we got the value of y is equal to 2. So the speed of the stream is 2 kilometer per hour. So this type of questions are very, very important, and this will give you 5-mark question. Very important, students, kindly note it and prepare this type of questions. Take more and more questions like this and solve it. Okay, increase your speed. These are sure short questions in your question paper. Kindly note it. So the next question, the sum of two numbers is 16 and the sum of their reciprocal is 1 by 3. Find the numbers. So this question is selected from quadratic equation chapter. The sum of two numbers is 16 and the sum of their reciprocal is 1 by 3. Find the numbers. We have different methods to solve this type of question. This question is also selected from CBSE 2014 paper, and this will give you a 3-mark question. Okay, so let us solve this question. Kindly note the question and then let us solve it. The sum of two numbers is 16. So when we have this type of question, like sum is given to you, sum of two numbers 16. So that means if the first number is x, the second number will be 16 minus x. First number is x, the second number will be 16 minus x, because sum is given to you 16. And the sum of the reciprocal is 1 by 3. Find the numbers. So let us solve it like this. Let the first number be x. So if the first number is x, means second number will be 16 minus x. So reciprocal, the sum of the reciprocal is 1 by 3. That means reciprocal means first number x means reciprocal is 1 by x. Second number 16 minus x. So reciprocal will be 1 by 16 minus x. Their sum is 1 by 3. That is what given in the question. So 1 by x plus 1 by 16 minus x is equal to 1 by 3. Taking the LCM on the left hand side, we get x into 16 minus x. Here 16 minus x plus x is equal to 1 by 3. Taking the LCM on the left hand side. So here when you open the bracket, we get 16 minus x and plus x, you can cancel. 16 divided by 16x minus x square is equal to 1 by 3. Cross multiplication, we get minus x square plus 16x is equal to 48. So x square minus 16x plus 48 equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation formed. Now we can solve this quadratic equation by any method, by splitting the middle term, completing the square, any method you can use for solving this quadratic equation to get the value of x. When you solve the quadratic equation, x square minus 16x plus 48, we can split it as x minus 12 into x minus 4 is equal to 0. So we got two values for x is equal to 12 and x is equal to 4. So the numbers are 4 and 12, or you can say the first number is 12, the second number is 4, or you can say the first number is 4, second number is 12. The sum of two numbers will be equal to 16. So this type of questions are also commonly asked question, frequently asked question from chapter quadratic equation. Kindly note it. Okay, students. So that's all from this video. So we'll be meeting with more and more questions in the next video. So once again, I remind you, if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe and please don't forget to press the bell button so that whenever I upload new videos, the notification will definitely come to you. Okay. And we will meet with more and more questions from the previous papers. Take care. Bye-bye.